Okay, this is to show you how to add tip ends to your planner for the Documented Faith project. The particular planner I'm using is just I just found it was a pretty planner that I found at Staples. It's 2022. There's Sojo Academy has our spiritual growth planner that I strongly recommend using if you want to use a planner like that's full size. Maybe you put it in a 3-ring binder, and that will make this project even easier than the way I'm doing it. I'm using this particular planner just because I want it to be portable. I want to be able to take this with me everywhere I go and write notes on my paper in between. And I don't tend to do that with 3-ring binders. But regardless, here's what we're going to do. So we're going to basically make a template for the week. And for this particular planner, it works out that if I take a piece of cardstock and fold it in half, I get just about the right size. Now, granted, it actually comes, if you look here, it could be a little bit closer to the edge. I could have a little more space over here. But if I do it this way, I get 2 pages with 1 sheet of paper, which is a little more economical for me. So I fold it in half, and then I use a little bone folder thing to just kind of help me with the edge so it's easier to cut. Okay, I'm gonna do this way as well, and I'm gonna cut it. I'm just gonna cut it in half, and so that will give me 2 tip ends, okay, essentially. Now, certainly you can use a paper cutter, and if you do that, then you can do more than one at a time, but just to show you that all you need is a pair of scissors, you can do it this way. I'm using cardstock, but not super heavy cardstock, because if you use really heavy cardstock, then it will, by the end of the year, your book's just going to be just really, really humongous. Okay, so now I have 2 pieces of paper. I'm going to take the edge that's kind of already cut, it's a little bit more messy, and put it on the edge so you won't see it anymore. Now, my planner happens to overlap just a little bit, and I don't know if that's going to bother me in the end or not. So I'm actually going to shave just a tiny bit off the edges of it. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm just shaving just a smidge off the edge. Again, a paper cutter would make this a lot easier. And you don't have to do this, and it depends on the size of your planner. For example, last year a couple years ago I used this planner, and this paper would not fit here. See? So I would have to cut it down considerably more. And so making a little template at the beginning of the year is going to be helpful. So I have my piece of paper, and I'm going to put it in here in week 1 to get ready to create. Now, I will probably create my page first and then washi tape it in, but I want to show you how to tape it in. So all you're going to do is you're going to take a washi tape. I highly recommend you get some washi tape. You can get lots of colors. You can get a pack of 10 for like $20, $10, $15. I don't know how much they are. Honestly, I've had them on for so long because they last forever. That you can, I know you can get them pretty economically though. The reason I chose those colors is because I'm actually going to be using the travel kit for this month, for the month of January in this particular page, on this particular page, so I wanted it to kind of match and coordinate. All right, so what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to tip it in. How do we make a tip in? So glad you asked. The way I typically start is I put the paper, let me get this out of the way, hold on. I put the paper on right next to the page I'm tipping it in with just a little bit of space between, okay? And then basically I just take it and I put the washi tape on there. Washi tape is removable, so if you mess it up, it makes it really, really easy to fix. So I'm going to take it. You can cut it or you can tear it. I tend to tear things. So once it's even, I'm going to just place it on here like so. Easy breezy. Again, cut or tear, either way. Okay, so now that it's on one side, I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to repeat the process on this side. So on the other side, you can use the same washi tape or you can switch it up. It doesn't matter at all. So I'm just going to use a different one just to show you. And then I'm going to do the exact same process I did. Now, you want to make sure that it's about the same on each side. And it goes down to about the same length as the one on the opposite side. So there we go. So then I fold it over. And I left that tiny little space so it's easy to fold. And then I'm just going to push it down with my finger now. So now I have a tip in. And it's got yellow on this side. And it's got orange on this side. And then if I look here, you can see. Oh, I don't know if you can see. You might not be able to see. But there it is. So there's week 1 tip in. Okay. Now I can create on it. And I can create on both sides. I can do notes on one side. I can continue my planning on this side if I want. Or I can continue art on this side. Or I can do sermon notes on this side. There's all kinds of things that you can do. And if I need more space, I can do another tip in on the other side and do exactly the same way and have a triple. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and show you how to do that. Just so you can see how it goes. So I go on this side. I need to trim this one a little bit. Hold on. Okay, so if I need more space, I'm going to go on this side. I'm going to add this here. I'm going to do the exact same thing here. Let's do a different color. Okay, and then I'm going to repeat the process on the other side, just like I did before. Let's do the yellow one over here. Okay, if it goes off the edge a little bit, that's okay. You can just fold it over or you can cut it off. It doesn't matter. So now I can fold that in. And now I have this double tip in. I can put it in, fold it in here. And now I've got all this extra journal space. How cool is that? So now most weeks I'm only going to do one. And one page instead of 2 because I just don't usually need that much writing space. But if you want extra writing space, that's how you get it. Enjoy!